of our first game in Oklahoma City, and a lot more coming up. Holiday Hoops presented by K Jewelers. Monday night at 7, North Carolina and Nicholls State, followed by Kansas and Davidson. And then on Tuesday on ESPNU, top-ranked Syracuse against Bucknell, Louisville, College of Charleston. And as we come back live, a three-pointer going down for Houston and Joseph Young.
Joe Young's fresh out of the timeout. Little kind of standard inbounds pass, and Oklahoma, no one even gets a hand up. He's a quality shooter.
In the lane, Thomas getting the block before the shot even went out. Here's Blair, a little fade away, short. Pledger, another rebound on a career rebound night. He'll get to the line.
Here's that inbounds play we're talking about. You have to know your assignments coming out of the break, and Oklahoma just sleeping. It almost looked like half the team was in man, half the team was in zone, and no one is guarding Joe Young.
There's Stephen Pledger's line on the night. He only has one blemish, and that was a three-point attempt. Still perfect at the free throw line as well.
Thought you were looking at his skin for his blemishes for a second there.
One, straight in, here we go.
He and Tyler Neal, we talk about shooting. Those two have combined hit almost 48% of their threes as Cameron Clark comes back into the Sooners lineup.
Just ridiculous shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, really shooting at a remarkable clip. You come
Does that scare you, though, when a team's shooting as hot as they do? If you're going to
No, I mean, he's a shooter. He's just talked to James Frischilla, who, of course, is Fran Frischilla's son. He's a walk-on in the program. He said, every day that guy's in the gym shooting 1,000 shots. Doesn't surprise me at all. He's already a shooter. He keeps working to get better.
And having a 24-point night. Here's Young. Can't make it back-to-back, but the big rebound, Trey Thomas. And Slyke with a couple of fakes, and Fitzgerald got a hand on it. See Sam Grooms here. Had a big first half, and a travel and a turnover. And that basket won't count on the turnover by Cameron Clark, and so the Sooners down 3. Timeout in Oklahoma City. ESPNU's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Ramada and Gilded, part of your life.
You do your thing, leave the rest to us. Ramada Worldwide. Now do your thing for less. Save 20%.
With DirecTV, you can start watching in one room, pause, and continue watching in any other room. Now lock in your price until 2013. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
You do your thing, leave the rest to us. Ramada Worldwide. Now do your thing for less. Save 20%.
Dory Noka in studio. Our next game on ESPNU coming your way at 10 o'clock Eastern time. That's Jermichael Green and Alabama taking on Kansas State. SEC Big 12 basketball coming your way. Kentucky leads Chattanooga. We show you the score. Terrence Jones for Kentucky has been in and out of the game, battling some sort of apparent pinky injury. We'll keep you posted. Back to Oklahoma.
All right, thanks a lot, Dari. So, well, Terrence Jones scoreless in that game. Deron Lamb having a big game for Kentucky. And what do you think of Alabama so far early on? They got a lot of good freshman recruits playing. Long,
Can't really score.
Yeah.
I saw them 3 games in Puerto Rico, a tournament which they won, and they look very good in doing so, dismantling Purdue 65-56. But they really struggle to score. And of course, Frank Martin and Anthony Grant, high school teammates together in Miami, and that game being played in Kansas City, where Trevor Relaford grew up playing. His brother plays for KU. Get a chance to play in front of the home folks. That's a first one to 60 wins.
And that's coming up right after us, and then we'll be on ESPN2 after this game for New Mexico and Oklahoma State, the back end of the Ramada All-College Classic here from Oklahoma City. Fitzgerald moving against Van Slyke, and his turnaround goes down. Sooners within 1.
And Fitzgerald's a very, very skilled low post scorer. Not explosive, kind of ground prone, but he wheels and deals in there and knows how to create shots for himself.
Thompson to the baseline.
He's got to score that one.
Pledger got a hand on it, and now Oklahoma with a chance for the lead. And Pledger will try to give it to him, and why not? He's 9 for 10 so far.
And J.J. Thompson had a free run to the basket, but instead passed it up to try and give a bounce pass to Van Slyke.
Thompson the other way, can't convert, but the offensive rebound. We've had 7 lead changes in this game. We'll see if Houston can make it 8. Young on the skip pass. Simmons for 3.
Nice play.
Young keeps the possession alive. Simmons had an eternity to put that in his hands and line up a 3-pointer.
He spun the ball, set his hands on the seams, and knocks it down.
Clark, a little difficult shot over Joseph Young.
That's the pace OU wants to play at. Surprised they haven't run and trapped Thompson, something they do extensively when you watch them on tape.
Simmons coming off a career high. This time takes it to the rim and scores. Now it's really picking up, and another basket made. Pledger feeling it. 29 points on 10 of 11 shooting.
And I'd like to say you don't let him catch, but that wasn't terrible defense. He just catches and launches, and every time it leaves his hand, it looks like it's going in.
Young trying to get the lead back. Contested ball, Young comes up with it. Another offensive rebound.
Romero Osby, 1, looks tired, and 2, is really struggling to box out Houston.
And James Dickey wants a timeout.
So Pledger's in transition, and he's 9 of 10 at the time. Watch how quickly he gathers, goes up. Beautiful rotation, release on the basketball. That barely touched the net. Wow.
Isn't that kind of night for Stephen Pledger and Oklahoma? How about our 1-1? Let's update that right now.
Thought that was pretty good. Pretty good selection there. Jonathan Simmons.
May come down to that before this game is all said and done.
You know, in the pregame meeting, I got a little heat from the fellas. Why not Landis Harris? Why not? Because Jonathan Simmons is a better player, and I like his competitive nature. I like both of these guys' competitive nature. They're competing here in a close game, wanting the basketball, wanting to take the big shot.
And a foul called on Andrew Fitzgerald. That is just his first, and maybe those tuning in late, Landis Harris, the leading scorer for Houston, did not start. Reason we were given was because Coach Dickey wanted to change things up, but he's been in foul trouble, 4 fouls, and been out of the game. Now he's back on the floor with those 4 fouls. And has the ball right now.
He's an undersized, he's like a 6'4", kind of 3-4 postman who can score out in the perimeter and inside.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go.
Trying to get Simmons a little quick rest.
And that's the second foul on Fitzgerald.
It's always interesting how coaches trying to manipulate that clock and get guys a quick blow, quick rest. And Simmons sitting over there, John Simmons sitting over there with 20 points. Next dead ball is a timeout.
Joseph Young missing on the 3. And Pledger comes down with another rebound. That is 10. He's got a double-double. 7 rebounds was his career high. He tied that in the first half. Who should be touching the ball right now, do you figure, before this possession's over?
Well, I mean, obviously you want to play through grooms, but they have several options. Fitzgerald, a really good kind of mid-range scorer there.
That was a nice move. You had mentioned maybe a little tired or frustrated, but a great move against Tayshaun Thomas.
He's an offensive-minded player, and Osby allows you to not double off him. Fitzgerald's been money there, right? He loves catching the ball at that elbow because he can hit the jump shot and you have to play up on it. That's what I'm talking about. Andrew Fitzgerald has taken this jump shot several times over. He posts, kind of picks and pops. He likes it right there at either elbow. And then he gets into his game, and Tayshaun Thomas, just too young, too inexperienced, as he uses that big butt to create space in a lane and lay the ball in.
See the back of Stephen Pledger. He's got a double-double, 29 points, 10 rebounds. His career high, by the way, had 38 points against Iowa State last year. Game in which he also set his personal best with 7 threes. He's got 4 so far tonight.
And he is a deadly dead-eye shooter. It's not as much that he has 29 or that he has 10 rebounds. It's that he has 29 on 11 shots, of which he's hit 10.
Now we have QBR now for quarterback rating. If there was some kind of basketball rating.
There is. There's basketball. There's efficiency rating.
And that efficiency would be about as close to 100% as you can get.
It would be very good.
Down 3. Harris travels through the lane and turns it over. Not a good night for Alandis Harris, and his Houston Cougars will need a comeback. They're down 3.
Burning out this useless telephone. Hair is gone.
Cheap cologne. Motorhome.
Rocket Man. Rocket Man. Burning out his fuse up here alone.
Burning out his fuse up here alone.
Crystal clear Fender Premium Audio, one of many premium features available on the all-new Volkswagen Passat, the 2012 Motor Trend Car of the Year.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. You want to be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
How could switchgrass in Argentina change engineering in Dubai, aluminum production in South Africa, and the aerospace industry in the U.S.? At T. Rowe Price, we understand the connections of a complex global economy. It's just one reason over 75% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper average. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing.
Dory Noka in studio. Thomas Gibson in Kansas State in Kansas City at the Sprint Center, getting set to take on Alabama. This should be a very good matchup coming up top of the hour. Meanwhile, Kentucky is rolling. Terrence Jones on the bench. Left hand is taped. Apparently some sort of a left pinky injury. That's all we can tell you right now. We'll keep you posted.
All right, Dari, thanks a lot. And here, 3:10 to go in Oklahoma City. Houston Cougars had a great start to the second half, but right now they are down 3, and tight finishes have not been their calling card so far this year. There you see the 4 losses by 7 points combined. 7 days, Oakland, TCU, and LSU. Within a week, they had 3 horrible losses.
And I understand this is a mostly different team from last year, but it's a team that lost 12 of the last 13 games last season. At some point, you need a win. Just any win, especially a win like this against OU in Oklahoma City. An OU team that's 7-1 on this season, in order to kind of get you off the hump. They got some home games coming up before they start Conference USA play. a league in which Memphis has struggled. Everyone's favorite. Marshall, my favorite, has some good wins.
Here's Pledger, who's having the night of his life, but knocked out by Alandis Harris.
Interesting that James Dickey chooses to go back with Alandis Harris here late in the game, despite the fact he's given him very little. I mean, he's got 2 points, 4 fouls, 2 rebounds. Not much to stand on.
And timeout called by Oklahoma, especially for a guy who's averaging 16 points, 6.5 rebounds. So the Houston Cougars you saw.
Let's just cut up in the wound and pour some salt in the wound.
Sorry for all the Houston fans out there, but J.J. Thompson to put the Cougars up by 1 with 6 seconds to go. 1 second left. J.R. Cabot of TCU puts back his own miss at the buzzer. As the red lights go on. 3 days later, Jonathan Simmons put the Cougs up by 1 point over LSU. 10 seconds left.
Stop the ball. Rebound.
Storm Warren fouled with 1 second left. Hits the free throws. Another loss. And back-to-back 1-point losses, and they're coming off a 3-point loss to Texas State. Game they were down 23, did make a run, but James Dickey's club trying to finish one out. Right now they're going to have to come back from behind, down 3, and an extra possession for the Sooners. And a turnover by Oklahoma.
Well, if I'm Houston, I'd work through Simmons. And John Simmons has shown the ability to hit the 3. He's a very tough cover on the wing.
See if Alandis Harris can become a factor here.
Nice.
Sheds his man and scores. Alandis Harris, 4 fouls. Only his second basket of the game, and it comes at a big time.
And a good screen by Simmons, which makes the defense overreact to the back cut.
Little floater from Tyler Neal goes down.
Tyler Neal shoot a 2-point shot?
Yes, that was well inside the 3-point line.
Break out in a rash after the game. Nice floater by Neal.
2 minutes to go here in Oklahoma City in a 1-possession game. Thibodeau, the senior, feeding on the post. Thomas kicks it out to Thompson. This is a rebound by Neal. Pledger fouled and thought that one for sure was going to go down the way his night is played. Halfway down and out, they'll get a chance for 2 free throws.
And they run a set where they start Pledger on the strong side. They throw it to Neal, and then Neal works off just a simple little down screen. Simmons goes over the top, which frankly he should be chasing Pledger instead of cutting over the top. And Pledger just drives it right back at his high side leg and draws the foul.
Jonathan Simmons tagged with his second. 6 for 6 now, Pledger from the free throw line.
Very smart play by Pledger.
Make it 31 for Stephen Pledger, 7 off his career high.
Amidst all the turmoil that they had over the past year and a half at Oklahoma, Pledger is a guy who has just always tried to produce with that jump shot, and his improvement in that gym, the practice gym at OU and in Lloyd Noble Center, has just been so apparent.
And the ball will stay with Houston. All right, if you're James Dickey, who's your offense going through here?
I still think Simmons. Watch for Simmons cutting down to the hoop, the same inbounds play they ran previously. He's the final cutter here.
Reset with Thompson as we are.
He's got Neal on him.
Coming up on 60 seconds to go. Alandis Harris coming on, shoots over Fitzgerald and knocks it down. Back-to-back baskets for Alandis Harris.
Plenty of time to just simply dig in, get a stop. Don't allow Oklahoma to score free ones. They're a very good free throw shooting team.
And Lon Kruger wants timeout here with 50 seconds to go. And probably echoing those same sentiments. that you just gave.
Well, you can see Lon Kruger saying, what do you want us to run? And Pledger was calling, I think it's 4 down, which is that same play where he starts looking like he wants to post up and then rolls off a single screen, 2 screens back to back, 2 big guys screen for him, so he catches in the corner. He wants to shoot the jump shot, but if he gets you at a disadvantage, he can pump fake and draw foul into your body.
Lon Kruger and the Oklahoma Sooners 7-1 to start this season. And tonight, Stephen Pledger lighting it up. 31 points, 4 threes, 10 rebounds, which is a career high for Pledger. First career double-double for Stephen Pledger. And now Houston with a big defensive possession. Like J.J. Thompson got a good read on it, but room's in the backcourt to bring it up.
Pledger starts on one side. Now he's going to work off a little staggered screen.
And Simmons a little too much of a head of steam coming up on Clark. Picks up his 3rd foul. And this is going to be a 1-and-1. Actually, there should be 2 shots. 10 team fouls on Houston here, so 2 shots. You see on our bottom line graphic. This will be the first free throw of the night for Cameron Clark.
Cam
52% shooter.
Yes. Statistically really struggled this year from the free throw line, but he's a good shooter. No one's ever said, hey, that Cam Clark guy can't shoot. Last year he shot 66 from the line.
Doesn't get a ton of rotation on that ball from the line. But look good banking one in. Hits both, makes it a 2-possession game. Now Houston doesn't want to take too much of that shot clock up. Using a lot of time here. Thompson pulls up for 3, missed it badly wide left. Neal chases it down. They're going to have to foul with 13 seconds to go. Two things, Doug. Used up a lot of time on the possession, did not get off a good shot.
And I'm going to credit Tyler Neal. What Houston wanted to do was reverse the ball. They wanted to reverse the ball to Thomas at the top of the key. He wouldn't let him do it. So then Houston tries to go into some ball screen action, and Oklahoma does a very good job of defending it. Their defense wasn't good the first 11 minutes or so of the second half, but slowly but surely cranked it up and was good enough when it was needed. I like the fact that Lon Kruger goes with Tyler Neal because Neal can match up with Van Slyke. In this particular set, he matched up with Thomas, didn't allow Thomas to be the reversal man.
Tyler Neal doesn't often miss from the line. Was 12 of 12 coming in. He's 3 for 4 tonight. And Fitzgerald will sit down with 10 points and 6 boards. 4 for 16 to get those 10 points. Tyler Neal knocks them both down. 3-possession game here. Misses the 3, rebound. We'll get one more trip to the line as Darian Thibodeau fouls him. How about our major moment of the night?
I'm going to go with Stephen Pledger hitting a 3. This one in transition, and it was at a time in which Oklahoma had become stagnant offensively. Then Cam Clark hit a 3 in transition. Pledger hit a 2 in transition, and then that big 3 as Houston had led for much of the second half. Really seemed to stabilize things and just changes your defense when you have to always worry about where a shooter is, even if he's 25 feet from the basket.
31 points, 10 boards for Pledger rather, as Osby splits the free throws.
Oh, he's been a pleasure to watch.
Yes, he has. He's been a pleasure for Lon Kruger. His team's going to go to 8-1. Late 3 will count for Darian Thibodeau, and it's just bookkeeping because Oklahoma wins 79-74, and Lon Kruger's club now at 8-1 on the season. They have a very tough road early in the Big 12, but off to a fabulous start.
Well, it was a very impressive start. They went about 20 minutes without playing great basketball late in the first half, early in the second half. But then late, Stephen Pledger showed his ability to change a game with his jump shot, his newfound desire to put the ball on the deck. And Oklahoma cranked up the defense just enough to hold off the Cougs.
Stephen Pledger, 31 points and a career-high 10 rebounds to lead the Oklahoma Sooners to an 8-1 start to the season against Houston. We are going to have New Mexico and Oklahoma State in about a half hour over on ESPN2. Once again, our final score, 79-74 Oklahoma. For Doug Gottlieb and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Mark Kestisher. Coming up here on the U, Alabama and Kansas State, the preceding and exclusive presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now to Dari Noka in the studio.
All right, welcome in Tony Mitchell in Alabama, moments away from tipping off in Kansas City against Kansas State. Certainly be plenty of purple there. We welcome you in studio. Dari Noka here alongside former Wake Forest head coach Dino Gaudio. And I think that Doug Gottlieb's pun might have gone unheard. I think he said Stephen Pledger was a pleasure to watch. I think we missed it. Oklahoma with a nice win. Meanwhile, let's show you what's going on around the country. Kentucky and Chattanooga. There's reason for concern, perhaps for John Calipari's team, even though they are playing a Chattanooga team that, quite frankly, is not great. Anthony Davis to Michael Kidd-Gilchrist for the Oop, and then Anthony Davis rebound and the putback.
Anthony Davis was just outstanding, but as you alluded to, Dari, the concern is Terrence Jones at the pinky finger injury. The biggest factor is it's on his shooting hand, so we'll have to see how that all plays out.
You saw that. Marcus Teague, the steal and the pass. Now here's Jones. He's got that hurt pinky, so, it's bothering him. He heads off with a contusion, pinky contusion on that shooting hand. Contusion is a bruise. It is not a break. It is better than a bruise, quite obviously. Kentucky goes on to win no problem by 25, but we'll keep an eye on Terrence Jones. Meanwhile, Syracuse stepping out of the state of New York for the very first time as they take on North Carolina State. Mark Gottfried has the troops all fired up there in Raleigh. C.J. Williams, 11 quick points out of their 19 to start the game, 19-13. Syracuse was down, the #1 team in the land, down 8 at one point. Here they come. Chris Joseph puts them up 1. And then Brandon Trish the block, and watch Dion Waiters with a dunk on the other end. 23-0 run, Dino. 23-0.
Well, that speaks volumes for the #1 team in the country. But what Mark Gottfried has to be happy with, his guys fought back. Their offensive numbers, NC State's, were outstanding. They shoot 57% from the field, 50 from threes, but the 19 turnovers by the Wolfpack was their undoing.
Scoop Jardine's 3, 88-72. Syracuse stays undefeated. There's cocky. How about South Carolina and Ohio State? Jared Sullinger. Scoreless game, scoreless no more. 3-point play, flex. Thank you. But then Sullinger, not only does he take about 32 steps, but he actually is doing it with a bum left foot. They say he was kicked on that left foot. You don't see it here.
The thing that was promising when I watched it was he didn't step on somebody's foot or roll his ankle, so it wasn't as bad as we all now learn as people might have thought it was.
Yeah, left foot bruise is what Sullinger said. Meanwhile, look at this. Boy, I'm telling you what. Deshaun Thomas, 30 points, a career high.
A lot of offensive weapons for the Buckeyes. Obviously, Sullinger, Buford, Deshaun Thomas, 13 of 16 from the field this afternoon.
74-66. Ohio State goes on the road and beats South Carolina as we lead you into Alabama and Kansas State. Two teams off to good starts so far this season. This should be a fun game tonight on the U if you stay up late enough, and we hope you do. What are you ultimately looking forward to the most, perhaps, out of this one?
When you watch this game, Kansas State's defense is suffocating. They don't let you run any offense. They're into the basketball. Alabama's defense, the way they press and extend, are going to have to create some easy baskets for them.
All that and the great facial expressions of Frank Martin coming up now. Dino and I will see you at the half.
You're watching ESPN's Holiday Hoops, presented by Kay Jewelers.